Hi. How do you typically present your data? A lot of people do it, for example, in the form of tables or charts. Today, I will focus on how to present data in a presentation using a table. What people typically do is that they click, they show the table, and then they look at the table and they start talking about it and they analyze it. There is one big problem with that. And that is that if you give your audience the full table to look at and you are talking at the same time, what they will typically do is they will be absorbing the visual information, the numbers in the data, in the table, and not fully paying attention to you. Why is that? Because we all are visual animals. If there is visual information and verbal information, oral information if you like, coming at us at the same time, we always prioritize the visual. And by showing your audience a full table with a lot of details, which I know you believe creates this impression that it's very scientific, that it's based on a lot of research and it's very serious, and perhaps it is, but when you show them the full table and you speak at the same time, what you will achieve is that they will be studying the table and missing a lot of what you are saying. So the question is how to do it instead. This is how to do it. Before you click to the table, to click to show the table, you should tell them what you're going to show them. So for instance, I can tell you that now I'm going to show you a table which shows you, which illustrates the relationship between income per household in a British home depending on the age bracket that a person is in. I'm going to give you 30 to 40 seconds to study it, and then I'm going to walk you through some of the more important elements that you can, more important details that you can find in this table. Only then I click to show the table, and I don't speak while the audience is studying it. Let's say 30 to 40 seconds. When they finish studying it, then you say, now let me now point out some of the more interesting findings here. And then you click, and all the audience can actually see is those cells in the table which contain the information that you are going into in depth. So, like this. And then you explain what the reasons are why people between 20 and 29 make as little as £800. And once you finish with that and want to move on to the next important detail, the next important finding in that table, then again you click and everything else is grayed out except the cells which contain the information that you are talking about. And this is how you only focus on the important elements in a table. Why is this much better? Because it gives your audience an opportunity to see that what you are talking about is actually part of a much larger research. There is a lot more data. It's not superficial. They have time to study the table. If they want to go back because you didn't address a point that they would be interested in, you can always click back and let them see the full table again. But when you are talking about the findings that you have chosen to address, you only show them the data which is relevant for what you are saying at that particular moment. By doing this, you are preventing them from their nature, our nature as humans. As I said, we are visual animals, so the visual information will always win over verbal or oral information, and therefore we will be looking at and analyzing the visual information rather than listening to the speaker. So you are preventing them from allowing this human characteristic to block them from listening to your explanations, because your explanations are the important things at this particular step. What are the reasons behind these particular interesting findings? I hope you find it useful. Happy presenting.